Hi, I just wanted to share something that the Lord showed me today while the kids was doing their devotional, because their devotional was about Gideon. He's in the Bible, but first I'm gonna give you some backstory of why it spoke to me so much. So recently, well, the past few months, the Lord has been showing me what He wants me to do. Like He's been showing me the avenue He wants me to take in serving Him for my life, if that makes sense. He's showing me the steps that He wants me to take, what He actually wants me to do. This is like one of the first times ever in life that He's actually shown me the path that He wants me to take in serving Him and the things He wants me to do for Him. So He's showing me that stuff. So as God's showing me it, I'm feeling like I'm not worthy. I'm feeling like I'm not good enough. Like I don't know enough. Like this stuff must gonna happen like 20 years from now when I'm ready, because I'm so not ready right now. I don't feel like I know enough. I don't feel like I'm grasping it enough. I don't feel like I'm deep enough. And I've been battling and kind of struggling with that recently, for the past month and a half, and more heavy in the past 2 weeks. So, we was doing the kids devotional, and it spoke on Gideon. And so Gideon is a warrior. He's in the Bible. He was a warrior back in biblical times. He was the weakest warrior in the tribe. So, what happened was, the people, they were serving God, and then they decided, you know what, we're not going to serve God no more. We're going to act how we want to act. We're going to do what we want to do. And so, as you may know, when you walk away from God, you walk away from God's blessings. So when they walked away from God, their enemies came and overtook them, took their food, took their animals. So they didn't have no food, or they didn't have any provision. There was no way they could eat. They were starving. So they, in their time of mourning, in their time of crying, they decided, you know what, this was so much better with God. We need to go back and follow God. So they decided to cry out to God. They said, Lord, save us, please deliver us. We need to eat. We need you back in our lives, Lord. You are great. You are so good to us, and we decided to leave you. We sorry. So they cried out to God. So God said, okay, I hear y'all voices. I love my people. I'm going to deliver y'all. God chose the weakest person in the tribe to deliver them. And that weakest person's name was Gideon. And he was the warrior that God had chose to deliver the people. So when an angel came to Gideon and told him that Gideon was going to fight, was going to help them to win the fight, Gideon was like, what? I'm not worthy. No. Not talking about, God's not talking about me. So then God told him, no. Gideon said, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to deliver Israel? How am I supposed to, what am I supposed to do? What can I really do? So then God told him, the angel told Gideon, God is with you. God is going to be with you. There's nothing really you're going to have to do. God is going to direct you in every step that you need. So Gideon said, you know what? He said, God, I need a sign. So the first sign, he said, God, show me a sign. He told him, Lord, I want I'm going to put some fleece on the ground, some fabric on the ground. If the fabric is wet and the ground is dry, I'll believe it was you. So God did it. God made the fabric wet and the ground was dry. So then Gideon said, okay, God, I see you. I believe you. One more sign. He said, now, this time do the opposite. He said, make the fleece dry and the ground wet. So that's what God did. He made the fleece dry and the ground wet. So that was the second sign that Gideon had asked for, and God showed him. So God basically showed Gideon, yes, this is God talking to you. I hear you. I'm going to be with you. So Gideon said, okay, this is God. I believe it. I'm going to start walking in it. So Gideon started to pick the soldiers that was going to fight with him. Gideon picked way too many soldiers. God told him, Gideon, that's too many soldiers. That's way too many. So God said, you know what? All the soldiers that say they're afraid, send them home. So Gideon, he went and he, went to see all the soldiers who were afraid, and he sent all the soldiers who were afraid, he sent them home. So he was left with 10,000 soldiers. God said, that's still too many soldiers. So God said, we're going to do a test. Take all the soldiers down to the water to get something to drink, down to the big, water area to get something to drink. So everybody went down to get something to drink. God told Gideon, he said, those who have their weapons in their hands and go and scoop the water up and drink it out their hands, keep them. The ones who pick it up with both hands like that, basically the ones who had their weapon in one hand and was drinking with the other, keep them, because they were always ready to fight. But the other ones who put their weapon down to get something to drink, send them home, because they not ready to fight. God wanted Gideon to have people who were ready to fight, who would never put their weapon down, people who were ready to win the battle. So after Gideon sent all the rest of the people home, he was left with 300 soldiers. So with 300 soldiers, God said, okay, y'all ready. So God sent them down. They were ready for war. They took their trumpets, they took their pictures, and they took one more other thing, which I always forget. So when they went down there, God told them to play the trumpet. They played the trumpet, and it confused the other army. The enemy, the other army, it confused them. They started attacking each other. They started running. So when they started to get confused and the enemy started running, God's people, Gideon's army, started to chase after them and end up killing them, killing their kings and everything. So God, really, they didn't even have to really fight. Once they played their trumpets, God confused that army, made them fight against one another. So in me reading that to the kids, and it then went on to say how the people needed God to save them. God worked through Gideon, and we need Jesus to save us, and God worked through Jesus, and all of that. So it went deeper. But that's the part that spoke to me about Gideon. When I'm not feeling good enough, when I'm not feeling like I can make it, when I don't feel like, this calling is, I'm worthy of this calling, I have to always remember that God is with me. God is in me. God is leading me and directing me in this stuff. He's not going to leave me alone. He's not going to abandon me. He's not going to be like, oh, India, I'm giving you this lesson. I'm telling you what to do, and you going to do it. No, he's not leaving it up to me, because God know I can't do it on my own. He knows that I need him. He's going to direct me in every step. If I got too many of this, doing too much of that, he going to tell me to stop it, start it, go, move forward. He going to tell me when to stop. And the Bible speaks of, it's going to be a voice coming from behind you telling you which way to walk. That's God's voice. Listen to it. As long as I stay in God, it just showed me that I have to remember that God is going to do this for me. Whatever God is calling me to, he going to call me through. He going to call me through. He going to show me what I need to do. He going to show me what I don't need to do. He going to tell me when to stop. He going to tell me when to go. He going to tell me what to say. So it's really not going to be me doing what God told me to do. It's going to be God doing it through me. With my obedience and my faithfulness, to God, me remaining in God, he's going to walk me directly into what he's calling me to do. I don't have to really work hard for it. So it kind of encouraged me too. Well, it did encourage me. It showed me that God is always with me. He's going to prepare me. He's going to make things right. He's going to bring me to the place that he wants me to be at. He is, not me, not what I do, not how many times a day I pray, not because I read my Bible in the morning at 5:30 and then I take a nap and I wake up and eat some fruit. No, that's not why he's going to deliver me. He's going to deliver me because he is God. He is great. He loves me. He wants to take care of me, and he has a mission for me to do. And he loves me, and he has called me to that mission, and I'm so grateful. And so I'm trying to always remember, like Gideon. Gideon thought he wasn't enough either, but God did it through Gideon. God made Gideon right. God gave Gideon what he needed. He showed him a sign, whatever. So I know, Lord, when I feel like I'm not good enough, God is going to show me that I'm exactly what he needs. I'm exactly what he wanted. God don't make mistakes. He don't say, oh, today I'm going to pick India, and then 5 days later be like, I don't know if I'm going to pick India. No, God picked me today. He going to pick me tomorrow, and he just want me to be obedient and walk in what he calling me to do. So this is encouragement for y'all. Well, I'm trying to encourage y'all to be like Gideon after he realized God was with him. Let God guide you into what he's telling you to do. Let God lead you. If it's a situation, a problem, a struggle, let God deliver you out of it. Let God take care of it for you. Don't try and do it yourself. That's the worst thing you can do. Let God do it. If God's telling you to wait, wait. Sometimes waiting is the hardest thing, but if he needs you to wait, he's going to tell you to wait. That's the best thing you can do in that time. So if anybody out there feeling like they're not enough, even not enough to come to God right now, even not enough to turn their life around right now, you don't have to do nothing else. All you have to do is cry out to God, call out to God, say, God, save us, just like the people did. Just like the people did before God sent Gideon. They were crying out to God. They said, you know what, God, I'm tired of living this way. I'm tired of living in sin. I'm tired of living in this trap. I'm tired of the same thing every day. I'm tired of going over this way and that way. And I know it's wrong, Father. I'm tired. Show me. And he'll do it. He'll show you. He'll save you just like he saved his people. And he'll use people. So you got to be very not accepting of people, but you got to hear what God is saying through people. You got to hear what God is telling you. And when you know something is wrong, you got to stop. Go to God. He wants you. He will save you just like he saved those people who was broke, didn't have no food to eat. He delivered them. And he'll deliver you too. And don't worry about how he gonna do it. Just know he gonna do it because he God and he great and he love you. So that's it. That's the encouragement for today. Be encouraged. Walk in love. Walk in God. And trust God. Just trust him. Just trust him. Bye-bye.